I remember the other thing that we have to call Stencharuski. I'm gonna call Joe personally today from yesterday's show and let him know that it's Cuisinart and not.
What happened was Jamie called the riverboat because you wanted to see how far away you were from winning a can opener. Is that correct?
Yes, and I'm $20,000 worth of quarters.
And the young man was super helpful, but had the misfortune to say to us, you could also win one of those beautiful things for your kitchen called a Cuisinart. Which actually sounds like a better and more appropriate name to us.
So
this is now fed on you, or you have fed on this, all night.
I'm just going to call him and tell him.
Welcome to my world.
Cuisinart. Just Cuisinart. But
Welcome to the obsessive-compulsive world.
I told you that yesterday.
That's the point.
But that wasn't the one I was going to call. I was just telling him, reminder, I'm going to call Joe today with Cuisinart. That was on my list of things to do. But number 2, and I forgot about this one, we have to call the Corona Del Mar Bamboo Bistro. The Bamboo Bistro. Yeah, we got to.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, we got to find out about that Jessica B from The Bachelor.
Apparently the B stands for biatch.
Yeah, apparently she was at the old Bamboo Bistro
but
and was serving up herself a big platter of bitchdom.
I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt till I hear from someone. Because sometimes you hear, people say stuff all the time. I read a lot of times where a celebrity says, "Don't you know who I am?" And I don't believe people actually say that.
I think that you've told us like stories of people that you saw say it, didn't you?
No? I don't believe people say it.
Yeah, I think some of them.
No, I've heard people say it that I didn't know who they were.
Right.
But when you hear like somebody like Tom Cruise or something like that, or Pam Anderson is a better example.
Know who I am?
Don't you know who I am? I don't believe that.
Jack does that because he's Mr. Burbank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they know who he is.
Yeah.
He wears a big sign. He wears a shirt that says
We
Mr.
got
Burbank.
10% off yesterday at Fuddruckers because he's Mr. Burbank.
Is that a lie? Because I'll
He
tell you
said,
something.
You know who I am? And they gave it to us.
I think absolutely that Burbank facilities and restaurants and anybody in the hospitality business.
They don't know yet. We haven't.
But he wears a shirt.
Well, no, he's a fun-loving criminal, is what he has on today.
Great.
Yeah.
We're not getting anything free today.
No.
But
well, unless you steal it.
What was I going to tell you? It seemed like it was important. Hell, I don't remember. Anyway, it was like right here. And then
Don't you hate that?
Anyway, so we'll be calling that. We also need to talk to Misty, that she's a girl from yesterday. It's a long story. We'll explain later on in life. We have to find out the 3 things that Stench learned from Dr. Phil yesterday. I have 3 written down that I think he came up with. I played a different game.
I called Stench.
Why?
Because I just wanted to buddy when I started screaming. I want 2 hours of my life back.
Yeah.
Because I watched Oprah all the way through.
I didn't watch Oprah. You watch Oprah?
I turned Oprah off. It was
depressing.
It was awful.
Why'd you watch it? We didn't watch it.
It was awful. What am I supposed to take away from this? There was like this lady who her husband wanted to pull the plug on her, and her family said no. But it's not like this happened yesterday. This lady's been in essentially a coma for 13 years.
I didn't watch it. You watch it? We didn't watch that one.
Pull the plug on this lady and my TV set.
We just watched Dr. Phil.
Yesterday, you said while we were watching Oprah and Dr. Phil.
Yeah, but Oprah just looked too sad, so I turned it off. You can make an executive decision amongst yourself.
No, the show as a unit said, let's watch these shows. And being a good employee, coworker, and friend, I watch those shows.
Yeah, but Dr. Phil is good.
I almost made an example. I almost made an executive decision. Said, there's no way we're going to talk about this horrible show with children on fire.
Yeah, that's why we turned it off.
But I knew if I turned it off, I'd get involved in something else.
Yeah.
And so I just left it on.
Yeah, just killing time.
Just sat there with my dog next to me, fed my doggy, watching Oprah.
Just killing time.
You even depressed my dog.
There's a country song, isn't it? Just killing. Who cares, Jack? So we got 3 things that Stench was supposed to learn about Dr. Phil because he never applies any of the principles. And I played a different game. I wrote down the 3 things that I thought you learned.
Now, was I supposed to learn this? Was this like revelation, or was this, hey, I like what that guy said, I'm gonna use that technique?
Well, I think either one.
Because I have kind of both. I can go either way.
No, it's just that I know, but see, instead of Instead of looking at yourself like he did with the mirror.
Oh, my. His bag of tricks.
Yeah. What Stench will do is, see? That one guy said that one thing. I'm going to tell my wife she better start doing that. That's what you all do.
No, you won't believe me. I found 15 things I could have fixed on her, but now these are supposed to be about me.
Right.
The most important thing I got out of the
it's
show.
hard to get 3 about me.
The most important thing I got out of the
Please.
show
Can I
was
start?
chicks from Jersey suck.
You know what I got out of just guess what I was going to say. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. Something about digestible carbs.
I saw that commercial.
You want to see a picture of baby Stench? I mean,
Yeah.
not the current baby because I've seen the current baby.
Right.
But let's say if he happens to have another baby.
Yeah.
Or just him as a kid.
Or him. Yeah, that's a better angle. Do you want to see Stench as a baby?
Oh, little Stenchy.
How much does he weigh?
Let's see. 15-month-old child in the former Soviet Republic weighs 55 pounds and is gaining 5 pounds a month. He's 15 months and weighs 55 pounds.
Yeah, a year and a half or a year and 3 months.
That's almost what I think that's what Isabella weighs.
55 pounds, really?
Yeah. She's 9.
This kid's lived for 15 months. of his
You
life.
can barely see his diaper.
I know. I mean, how has he been alive long enough to consume that many calories?
5 pounds a month does not seem normal. And I don't know anybody in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia that has a lot of food.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like nobody's gorging this kid out. This is one of those things, you know how fat people say, oh, it's a glandular problem. Right?
Yeah,
they
I like
say it with a lot
glandular.
of difficulty.
Yeah.
We may have one here. Because I am telling you, nobody in the Soviet Union's got, got enough food to gorge this child.
Guess what they're doing with the baby?
What are they doing?
They put him in the circus.
See, now that's what you do in the former Soviet Republic.
You put your fat ass
You put
baby.
your fat kid. Yeah, I've heard about people gluing a third arm on just to get a job in the circus.
Yeah. So the fat ass baby is in the circus if you're going to the Soviet Union this summer.
Yeah.
Might see a little sideshow. Oh my God. I told you that when I was in Australia, we decided for no reason to go to a circus.
Yeah.
There was this huge tent in the middle of a field, and we're like, we're in Australia. This would be so funny. They're dirty.
What do you mean?
I mean, they have this remote control little dog on the middle ring or whatever.
Right.
And it pees on everybody with his little wanky. And it lifts up its leg and pees on the crowd.
I don't want to go to that circus.
I know, and there are kids everywhere, and they were going crazy.
The little, does it poop batteries?
No, it just pees on everybody.
No, that's very.
It raises up and pees. It lifts a leg and pees.
I mean, it'd be different if they trained an Australian dingo to do that, but a little remote control dog winking on you.
And they cuss during it, the whole thing.
They cuss during the circus?
Yes.
Now, if I can get your attention to the center effing ring,
And they sold Fosters.
we got them elephants and they're effing huge.
I'm not kidding. They totally cuss. It was such a trip. I love that we went there because it was.
That's funny.
It was so the locals, You got to do crap like that. Don't
You gotta
go
do crap
Yeah,
like
don't do all that. I mean, it was a tourist thing, but it was a tourist for the local. I mean, it was a thing for the locals.
There's a guy who wrote a whole series of books called Off the Beaten Path, and they're all about stuff that you should do when you travel to other countries
Yeah.
that get you away from what everybody else does.
Right. Instead of all. I mean, nothing wrong with theme parks, but it's kind of cool just to. By the way, Miss Australia is Miss Universe.
Yes, she is. And Miss USA was first runner-up.
Yep, I saw that.
So if she could not fulfill her duties,
I thought I saw her at the early stages. I thought that Miss Australia was cute. She was just
Yeah.
cutesy. She wasn't like glamorous or like beautiful. She was just like really cute, happy girl.
I thought a little bit of a pointy chin. She looked a little bit like John Kerry in drag.
Really?
Yeah, I thought.
I thought she just looked like a tomboy that got in a dress.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Because Kerry's only manly enough to actually be a tomboy.
And then that Miss USA, she just looked fake as hell, but she was pretty.
Yeah. That's Miss USA,
Yeah, right. From Southern California. No. All right, anyway, so baby, 55 pounds. Do you want to do the first calls of the day?
Sure. Do we have first call today? Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
yeah, we do. Because, the other big question that we're going to answer this morning is pudding versus Jell-O.
I've actually had that fight with a certain member of this staff.
Really? How'd it
Yeah.
go?
I think I won.
Wow, nice.
And I've even got once we're done with the incredible segment that is Pudding or Jello,
Yeah.
then I have an extra added attraction
An
against
addendum?
one of them. An addendum against one of them.
This could be big, friends.
You know what? I mean, it's not the first time this place has broken down into violence, but I don't want to say which member of the staff that I am in this big fight with, but I think I can take them.
Well, I kind of have a preference to,
I don't think. Wait for the wars to start.
I'm torn because one does something and one is tastier.
One doesn't do anything.
Uh-huh.
That?
Oh, my God. I don't know what you're doing with Jell-O.
Well, you put it in the microwave for 10 seconds.
What color do you
That's
choose?
all I'm saying. Not the green.
Yeah, because that would be nasty. Well, although I'd feel like you were, with a foreigner.
Where are you picking up guys?
I don't know.
She's going to the bar in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. All right, Jack, hit that thing that you hit.
The first call of the day with Jamie and Danny.
Up for a second. I was waiting for you guys to stop singing. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I won't take my clothes off. It's hot here tonight, lonely, black and white on a hot summer night.
Oh, island in the sun, summer love, summer breeze makes me feel fine. Blowing through the jasmine in my mind. And I'm burning for you.
Wow. I like that, Jack. I'm very happy about the summer.
Me too.
I think it's going to be a good one.
I did summery stuff again.
Did you ever have a summer love?
When I was a kid, yeah.
I didn't. I think that's all a bunch of bullcrap too. The Don't You Know Who I Am, and also the Summer Lovin'.
You did? Yeah, I did. When I was a little kid, though.
And then I had to the Dirty Dancing, right? I've never had where I went off to camp and met somebody and fell in love with them and then moved home.
Baby.
Yeah, with the babe. Yeah.
Hey, nobody puts baby in a corner.
I hate that name, baby. Couple of things I wanted to share with you. First of all, this guy, I think it's a guy, has been holding forever. And Jack, be prepared because what it says and I know this story from yesterday. But Mario.
Yes.
You're the
Good
first
morning.
call of the day.
Morning, Mario.
Hey, awesome. Jamie and Daddy.
Right on. Hey, Mario, were you listening to that beautiful summer thing that Jack made this morning?
The beautiful summer
The
thing.
montage of
the
summer
montage,
songs.
right, of hot songs like, Hot Child in the City and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
right. I did hear that.
Yeah, you heard all of it?
Yeah.
I will give you $1,000 of my own money if you can name the name and artist of every song Jack played.
Oh, right.
Oh, well, I wish I could take your money, but I couldn't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what? I just had an extra grand on me, and I thought I'd give my own shot at it.
Well, because you won at the Palms.
I did, but I
Yeah.
built a treehouse.
I know you did.
I can't wait for this weekend. We're all sleeping in it.
Oh, Danny.
The whole Bonaducci
Even
family.
Mario.
The whole Bonaducci family
Did you hear Mario?
is sleeping in a treehouse Friday night. That's our
I
plans.
guess that's enough.
Right on.
Thank you, Mario.
All right,
Okay.
Mario, what were you calling about?
Yeah, Jamie, I heard this story, and it kind of reminded me of you somehow.
You know, I heard the story. It reminded me of you, too.
Well, somebody tell me the story because it's been an hour since you've been on the air.
All right, so this is the story. So this guy was found, I guess he had killed himself, committed suicide, after he had been caught by his wife having
Sex with a
relations,
chicken.
let's say, with the
He even
chicken.
did better.
Yeah, he
said
did.
relations.
Yeah, I read that yesterday. I guess you would kill yourself if you were found having relations with a chicken.
Oh, I think I could explain it away.
Yeah?
Sure.
I mean, I know that me personally, and by the way, I'm not sure how this relates to me, Mario, but I'm looking for that angle. I would blow my head off if I had to have sex with a chicken.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it would have been better for everybody involved because they ended up killing the chicken. So I'm thinking he should have just choked the chicken himself in the first place.
Is that the joke you came up with? Because, see, I was doing something like...
It's not terrible.
No, it's good. It's good.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's not a bad joke.
Because all I was doing was something like, it was ugly because it had a pecker on its face. You know,
Right.
like it should have died anyway. You know, I was just working on it, and I wasn't as quick as you were.
See,
so
I
that was
hadn't
really
thought
good.
about it at all, but what could you? It's not wrong to pluck a chicken.
Right. So but Mario really.
Yeah, Mario
kicks our
had the
ass.
gag.
Yeah. Hey, Mario.
Yes.
That was fantastic. It really was. Now, where's the angle that it reminds me of? Or reminds you of me?
I was thinking felines, cats, maybe. A certain
Your
cat.
cat is hot.
My cat
You
is
have
hot.
said so.
Yeah, my cat is hot. That's true.
There you go.
Did he say sea lions for a second?
I thought he said something, but probably felines.
Oh, felines. Okay, hold on, Mario. You're the first call of the day. I'm like, sea lions.
I'm sorry you couldn't have my $1,000. I thought it was easy, Mario.
Yeah. I mean, if he really would have applied himself, Danny, damn it to hell.
Jack made it, and I'm not sure Jack could do it.
I don't remember all of it off the top of my head. I don't know.
I don't think I want to try.
No,
you know, that
it's
just
a
seems
little
like a
hammer.
lot of work.
Not for a G note. I could use one.
Well, who couldn't? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. All right. Anyway, a couple of things. First of all, it made the news last night, and it's been in the news forever. But they finally, I guess, released this guy, and he is now charging, or he's filed a false imprisonment suit against the county.
I don't think you'll win it.
I don't know. It's pretty good though. He was charged with killing a girl, a little girl, teenager, whatever.
Right.
And he said, I was at the Dodger game.
Right. Which theoretically he should have 100 witnesses. Who was he there with?
Right.
He should have people, but no, they put him in jail for, 5.5 months?
5.5 months
Yeah.
on murder charges. And his attorney, see, this is why it pays to have a really good attorney.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
For their money.
The attorney found video footage taken by Curb Your Enthusiasm. I guess Curb Your Enthusiasm was taping that particular
I
game.
happened to see that episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And there's his client right there. I mean, what are the chances of that
And
in the crowd?
To be honest with you, not exactly right there. You really had to find him. I watched it this morning on Headline News. It's not like he was sitting next to Larry David. This lawyer worked.
This guy insisted he and his 6-year-old daughter were watching the Los Angeles Dodgers lose to the Atlanta Braves. Let's see here. Before this girl was killed, about 20 miles north of the stadium, he said he had ticket stubs from the game and testimony from his family as to his whereabouts the night that this happened, but police still believed he was responsible. So, anyway, they had him take a lie detector test, but he said he wouldn't do it, which is weird. But then they scanned all the Dodger and Fox networks and blah, 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 and the Dodger Vision camera showed him.
Was it the Dodger Vision camera or the Larry David camera?
Well, no, they couldn't make him out in that. Actually, you're right. So they scanned all those, and then he's like, I'm right there. And they're like, sorry, that's not really that clear. We can't really see you. You know? So
Right.
then that's when the attorney said, well, who else was taping on that day? And they said, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
And like I said, he was several rows back. I mean, that guy had to work for his money.
And he was eating a hot dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he did the relish in that
Cranked
tube.
it out? Yeah.
I'd like to know the condiments he had.
That's living.
Yeah.
You know, when you're suspected of murder, but you know the last thing you had was a Dodger dog,
Yeah.
it's almost worth it.
That's us on this fine Tuesday, the second
I
day.
believe it's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yes, Danny. I was just checking to make sure you're full throttle today
I am
because the
indeed.
boss said
Like
yesterday
I said,
we
got
weren't.
sleep.
Yeah. Oh man. It is Wednesday. Sorry. And it is the
At
second
9:22.
second day of June, right? Second day. Yes. All right. Well, now I'm scared. Any hoodle. The deal is this stupid feng shui. Do you believe in feng shui?
I don't disbelieve in it. How's that?
Here's what I
I'm
believe.
not willing to rule out anything that a lot of people have believed in for a long time. Buddhism, Christianity, Kabbalah. I don't disbelieve any of it.
Yeah, but those are like religions.
Right, but I mean, if people have believed in feng shui for 1,000 years, I don't have it done in my house, but I don't discount it.
I believe in making a peaceful place.
Right. Okay.
I
have one in my house.
I believe
outside.
in like trees and all that flower crap and good colors and all that stuff.
Tree houses.
And I guess some people would call it feng shui. I don't know, but I'm not into the putting copper under your bed. And,
No, and that if you have a step down living room, that's
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
And most people have one now.
I know. So anyway, here's another one. Oh my God, I can't believe this. So it says that barbecuing can bring you romance, which I tend to kind of believe. Like there is something
Yeah.
sexy about watching a guy grill some meat. Yeah.
Plus, you know what? We ate outdoors last night. We have a table outside, and the whole family, minus Dante, because he just would wreck the idea. We all ate outside last night together. It was really nice.
Did you guys lock him in the closet?
No, we have a table by the glass door so we can see him. He just watched TV.
You're not allowed out here because you suck.
Oh, he didn't want out here. That's what it would have been him screaming, "Let me watch SpongeBob."
That's so funny. Yeah, so I don't know. There is something, the stars and all that stuff, and the candles keep blowing out. Well, that happens at my house. But it's cool. It's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
Well, this feng shui expert, why an expert? I don't know. Anyway, he has formulated a 3-step process to finding love at the beach.
Nice.
First, it says put your whatever beach blanket or beach chair. It has to be in a proper place, and then place an ice-filled cooler on the corner of your beach blanket.
Okay, most people, I think, do that naturally.
To keep the corner down.
You keep the corner down. You don't get sand on the bottom of the cooler. So I think so far that's natural. You look for the best spot and you put the cooler on the
It
corner.
says the icy water is supposed to enhance your sex appeal.
All right.
Nothing like Coleman to get me going.
Yeah. Nothing like sitting on cold things to make a man feel romantic.
Place your grill in the northeast corner. Now I'm going to have to bring my compass. Thank God I got one. Place your grill in the northeast corner of the blanket and use lots of hot sauce on whatever you're grilling, which will put off fire energy that helps you close the deal. Now, here's my problem thus far.
Yeah.
So far, what I've seen is a guy on a big beach towel, and he probably got some doofus one, that says something or does something.
I actually almost bought one yesterday from how they clip them to fences?
Yeah.
I almost bought the giant pirate flag beach blanket.
Oh, that's hot. So I have some doofus sitting on his big peanut M&M beach blanket.
Right.
On one corner, he has a Coleman little jug. On another corner, he's grilling by himself on the beach blanket.
Right.
With hot sauce. He's a lonely, sad, pathetic mofo.
I couldn't be with you more.
And let me tell you this. That means he brought all that freaking equipment just for himself?
Yeah. Now, is that it?
Well, there's one more thing.
No, I was thinking, but like maybe if it were for me, who has a diminished sex life, is it for bringing someone with you and making them hot for you?
It's to find love.
I think you would find a goof. I'm with you 1,000% on this.
I am walking away from this guy fast.
Fast. Plus, I don't know chicks that like that much hot sauce on their grill.
I don't want any guy that bothers to grill alone on the beach. To me, that's a big pain in the ass.
You know what?
You shouldn't have that kind of time.
I don't really want a guy who knows where it's legal to barbecue on the beach.
Right.
That's hard to find.
Finally, it says you should sit in a metal beach chair in the middle of your blanket during a storm. No, it doesn't say that. It says you should sit in a metal beach chair in the middle of your blanket because metal prevents delays and you don't want anything getting in your way of love.
Right.
So now I have a beach chair on top of a beach blanket, which is retarded.
Plus, on most beaches, if I followed it, because I have a pretty good sense of direction, you're now a vertical line from one corner to the next. Yes, I did, just not right now. But aren't you on a line if you've got one in the northeast corner, right? Your beach chair in the middle and the barbecue on the other corner.
I think it's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, you're wearing a vertical line.
And people pay for this stuff. People
an
pay
egg
to like, you know,
Oh yeah.
read me or tell me how you could find love and all.
I like a phrenologist to come with me to the beach and just read and interpret the bumps on my head.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you say that because did you see that in the United States of America, out of all the countries, we have the most mental illness?
Yes.
I think that's tragic, especially since we have, I mean, you know, compared to everybody else with their poverty and all that stuff, that seemed like that would be a little more depressing.
Well, I think that's I think that's what happens. I think that we are in an oversaturated society with more stuff than we can use, and we don't know what to do with ourselves, and we go mad as a hatter, I say.
It says United States has the highest rate of mental illness, mental anxiety disorders, and depression.
I would believe that to be true. But on the other hand, there's 3 billion Chinese, I believe, right? How the hell do you know if at least 2 billion of them are crazy? They're out there planting rice. They're all out in the fields. They're way out in the provinces. They could be crazy as loons out there and nobody would know.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you said that, not to bring up Dr. Phil so early, but, you know, part of his thing, and I thought it was really good, especially in my own life, that when you get used to chaos, you just accept it. Like, you know, but if you actually saw your life written out the way it is right now, like, you know, I mean, or for me, it was back when, if you saw the FP incidents written out, you know, everything written out, this is what you're going to go through. Would you ever sign up for that?
Right.
The answer is no, you wouldn't.
Absolutely.
But you get so used to the chaos and the grind and blah, blah, blah that everybody forgets to stop and smell the daisies.
Do you know
he
what?
Didn't say that part. I added it.
I hope this isn't sad because I don't mean it to be sad. But if I got the deal, right, I would absolutely, if I knew what I was going to get into with Gretchen, I would absolutely sign it.
Well,
I don't know.
I think you're supposed to.
Right, but here's the sad part. I'm not positive if she saw it written out what was going to happen in our lives. I don't know that the end result would qualify what
All the
that
crap
woman's
she
been
went
through.
through?
I think on black and white on paper, she might say, no, I'm not going
Well,
to
if
do
you
this.
just read that contract, no, she wouldn't sign it. She'd be nuts.
You don't think the end result, like he turns out
That
to be
she
a
got
really loving husband and good father and stuff like that? Because I'm not positive. Because there were years of horror show.
I know, but I even know of days that it's not even horror. It's just pain in the ass-dom.
Yeah, but I think she'd take pain in the ass-dom.
You're like
I did
that.
some really bad things in the early years of our marriage,
No, I
including
know.
drugs and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm talking about, you know, you don't even know how to, like, load a dishwasher.
I garden regularly.
You just started that, and I want to know what that means. And you have a gardener.
No, I have a mow and blow. I don't have a gardener.
I want to see what gardening for you means.
I really
You
did
have
it.
a bougainvillea.
No, I have more now. I emptied all that. Remember that beautiful bamboo I had at my house?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I emptied those containers completely, which was really hard.
Jack, he emptied a container.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Refilled them with a mixture of potting soil, Miracle Grow, and natural earth.
Wow. Did you hear that? He potted a plant.
And then I planted hibiscus, 4 of them.
Oh, crazy,
Then
Danny.
shut up. You're just back up.
Wow,
I'm not done.
That's crazy.
Then
4 plants.
I carried a banana palm all the way up to the treehouse, which is 84
carried
steps.
something.
I
A
dug
potted
the hole,
plant.
did the mixture again, planted that, and now every day, since there's no sprinklers up there, every day I take 2 of those bitchin' ass watering cans up those 84 stairs full, and I water the palm that I planted.
You just need a longer hose.
I also
dumbass.
bought a thing, and I made a
Why don't
square.
you get a longer hose?
It's way up there.
They make really,
60 feet is the longest I can find.
really, add them together.
I
They
thought
have
about that.
connectors.
I'm thinking about that. But I don't want to make...
So far in your world, I have that you don't know how to add garden hoses together, and you didn't buy the connectors at Home Depot. You planted 5 plants.
Right. But I did more. I bought one of those things, and I made out of a big, ugly, stupid bush, I made it perfectly, like, square, not quite topiary, but it's just a perfectly square bush.
Hey, Jack, will you grab that dictionary and see what garden weasel says after it?
Oh, and I bought one of those!
It says, see Danny Bonaducci. Oh.
What?
I just hate it when I see people that I used to know in my former life, and they just get more tragic.
Yeah.
You know, because I separated myself from a lot of people because they were not, you know.
What they're calling these days toxic.
Yeah, they were toxic people, toxic relationships. Exactly right. Well, and one of them was a girlfriend of mine, and she was married to Vince Neil.
Right.
No.
Did you see this?
No.
Go ahead.
He's gonna do plastic surgery makeover on
He
MTV.
is?
He's gonna like go through it.
Like she did on E?
Did you see her?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was tragic.
Yeah, it was. It was tragic. I mean, she used to be my best buddy.
Can I tell you right now that plastic surgery never works on a rock star? The second you do it, your career is over. When you look beat like Keith Richards.
Hello. What is
Well,
he really?
Yeah, I didn't mean it that way. Like it could help or hurt Vince Neil, but I mean, if Keith Richards went, because he's like the most hideous man in the world, if he went under the knife and got a facelift or something like that, that's it. The whole vibe of Keith Richards is gone. Your rock and roll vibe is gone.
Yeah, he's 43, and he's doing. I didn't even know he's that old now. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
He's my age.
Yeah, he just seems more worn out.
Thank you.
Anyway, he'll be getting up each day to work out with a personal trainer. He'll also get plastic surgery and meet with a lifestyle counselor. Well, that should straighten him
That
up.
should be funny. Although I got to tell you, he stole that surreal world thing or surreal life.
Yeah.
He walked away with that. Maybe, I mean, he can't go on, I don't think, as a rock star after you've had public plastic surgery.
I know what show he should do.
What?
The other MTV show, I Want a Famous Face. He should bring in an old picture of Vince Neil and say, I want to be him.
No, I know. That's the
brilliant.
same. I know.
That's brilliant.
I know. He needs to.
By the way, I Want a Famous Face, I think should almost be illegal.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, did you read the whole article
You know,
about
because you're
plastic
immediate.
surgery and
Yes, has it gone too far?
It has. And I'm telling you right now that as soon as somebody dies on one of these reality shows, it'll all be over.
Yeah, totally true. When they bleed out or
Yep.
go under too much anesthesia.
Yep.
Yeah, and also that famous face thing. If you want someone else's face, you're crazy.
You're mental. And they're,
So in my estimation, they're taking advantage of the mentally unstable.
well, yeah, and they're whatever oath they,
the
they're,
Hippocratic Oath.
they're supposed to, recognize that these chicks are nuts.
Right, and the first thing, and really the only thing I know about the Hippocratic Oath, the major tenet of it is do no harm. And I think when you take a mentally unstable person and make him look like someone
Because
else,
they want to be somebody else.
You
And
have
that's
done
the
harm.
problem is
Yes.
that they think that with this new face, they'll get that life. They won't. They'll still be.
they won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have the exact
I
same
mean,
problems.
Jack will look like Burt Reynolds, but he'll have the same life.
Why a bald guy?
I don't
She
know.
means the old hot Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, the one with the black Trans Am and the gold
Yeah.
eagle, Jack.
The
yeah.
one that Sally Fields really
Fields,
wanted to do,
yeah.
and they jumped that bridge.
Because all I think is bald guy with gay mustache. If that's what you want me to look
and
like.
awful plastic surgery, by the way.
Yeah, because when I pick out really handsome guys, I pick out guys that were handsome when I was young. You know what I mean? They're like 50 now.
Well, it was between that or JJ, the guy that was on the show with the guy had the puppet and he drew cartoons and they lived upstairs. Remember?
Too close for comfort.
Jung J. Bullock.
Jimmy J. Bullock.
But I couldn't come up with his name.
Jimmy J.
That's who I had for you, Jack.
I want to look like Rerun.
You do.
Dead.
No, I want to be Rerun.
Why do you want to be rerun?
That's who I would go. If I went on the MTV show, I'd say, make me look like Rerun.
I want to look like Donnie Most from Happy Days so they wouldn't actually have to do anything.
Wow. I just want my teeth filed down.
I'll do it.
All right, here's the deal. We got like a lot of action-packed crap for you all today. We're just trying to figure out how to get to it. But I do know this, that coming up very shortly will be Stench's 3 things that he learned from Dr. Phil. And I think that because Danny and I also watched it, we should, I have my 3 guesses. What we think that he might have learned, because he keeps watching Dr. Phil so we can all talk about it, but he doesn't really draw
Right.
from it. So we told him to have an assignment and actually like draw from it and learn 3 things to better himself.
Right.
And so I have 3 guesses. They're all smart-ass guesses because I know he's going to be a smart-ass about it and he's not going to really try. Man prefers to be unhappy instead of learn.
They'd rather be right than happy.
Yep.
I actually said that to my wife yesterday.
Really?
Yep.
You said that?
I sure did. I love it.
And she said, what the hell's wrong with you?
No, she was very happy about it. She was very pleased.
We were just talking about how Vince Neil is going to be doing a reality makeover show, which, wow. But, you know, the real show that he should do is Oprah.
Why?
Oh, my God. It's in the newspaper today. It says, George Michael, his career, right? It was...
Yep.
Well, apparently, he went on the Oprah show. I missed that one. But he went on the Oprah show, and he got the audience on its feet with a few of his greatest hits. It said his new CD shot up 43% from number 25 to number 12 at the next day after his appearance on Oprah.
Right.
So not only can she do the book club, but she can do the George Michael comeback tour.
Right, but here's the problem, and nothing against Vince Neil because he's never been anything but kind to me. I know you have some issues with him, but he's been, nice to me. But the fact is that George Michael is a very articulate, handsome, charming, endearing guy. He's right for the Oprah show. What's Vince going to do with Oprah?
I don't know. Talk about how, he wasn't a good guy.
How he's the only one in Rolling Stones magazine, the 100 greatest moments of debauchery in rock and roll. Vince Neil was the only one to make it twice.
I have some really good stories he could tell Oprah.
See?
I mean, Heidi should just write a book. She should write her own book about being a wife of a rock star.
And their movie is coming out. They're making a big movie out of that.
Out of their book?
Yep.
Anyway. So let's get to some phone calls. And don't forget, I'm very excited about this. I don't know if you can tell. About Stench and his three things.
Yep,
Also, pudding versus Jell-O. When are we doing that? Great big debate.
I don't know, but I'm emotionally involved in this one.
Now, what time did we talk to the guy at the riverboat yesterday?
God, I don't know. It was such a stellar moment.
Yeah,
Is it
I think
about
it was
this time?
about
Are you
this
gonna call
time.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm gonna call Joe and.
Then what if Joe doesn't work today?
Oh, and then I'll talk to Joe's friend.
Okay.
Yeah. So yesterday on the big show, we called the riverboat where I'm.
$20,000 short of a can opener.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get there because it's a rewards program at
Right.
the riverboat gambling.
Here's Metropolis Casino. May I help you?
Hi, I'm looking for Joe, please.
Joe.
Joe in rewards program. Joe in the rewards program?
Inside one of the 12 packs is a can that's worth...
Oh, my God. It's like a friggin' alarm story.
Hello. You have reached Metropolis Harris Preferred Services. We're sorry we're unavailable to take your call at this time. Please leave your name, number,
I think she
and a brief
transferred me to something.
Returned to previous activity. For help, press star 8.
Yesterday we got an
Record at the
automated
tone.
menu that said if you want information on the rewards menu to press 2
All
or
right,
something.
I got another number there, Jack. I just thought this was the right number because a real person would answer right away. So anyway, yesterday I called the riverboat because I wanted to know how many more points I needed to get my can opener.
For calling Harris Metropolis Casino.
And Joe answered.
For quality assurance, your call may be monitored.
We got this
Please
yesterday.
choose from one of the following
I know.
options. For total rewards, press 1.
There you go.
Thank you for calling Total Rewards. All representatives are currently assisting other callers. You can remain on the line to speak to the next available
Oh,
representative.
yeah. We'll
Or
wait.
press 1 to hear automated area hotel information.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We're waiting. Anyway, so Joe answered, and I said, Joe, I need
Array of Asian, Italian...
that can opener. And he said, oh, what did he call it?
Cuisine art.
The cuisine art? And then we all said, yeah, the cuisine art.
Yeah, a little sport.
That's the one we need. And so anyway, we didn't tell him, and then I felt bad yesterday during the show that we didn't tell him it was a Cuisinart because he's gonna go through his life saying the wrong damn thing.
How many times in his life do you think he's going to say that?
Well, probably as many times as people ask about the can opener.
Right, which is us.
Right, and it's the first prize you can win if you get your
Right.
total rewards.
So once you've spent the 20 G's and got the can opener, then you might ask Joe. If you, in fact, get Joe.
Yeah.
The odds of this damaging this poor boy's life, very slim.
And if you spend $20,000 to get a can opener, odds are you think the name is Cuisine Art.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
and
haven't
you
you
need way
guys-
more help than Joe.
But haven't you guys been telling a lie or gosh,
Yes.
saying saying something all your life and realized it was wrong?
Yeah.
Button down the hatchets?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one.
You've been saying it wrong all your life, and then finally somebody tells you,
You turned my computer off.
I got it. I go.
Weren't we supposed to press 1 to talk to a real person?
I did.
We were waiting for a representative.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Right.
busy.
But there's those things that you go through life and you just preach the gospel and you tell everybody about it, or you say one certain word over and over to people.
Oh my God.
What is it?
I said this. I was telling a story on the radio when I first started late at night, and I was talking about what it's like to have. What do you need to have your life fulfilled? And I said fulfilled, probably, and at the top of my lungs. Really, the thing that will make your life fulfilled.
Yeah.
And a comic called me and told me on the air, it's not fulfilled. What are you doing? You sound stupid. Bill Leff was his name.
I got ridiculed at about 9 years old. I told you this one, but I'd like to share it again.
Please.
Goopy racer, goopy racer, goopy racer, go.
All right, if we're going to go with songs that we had the wrong words to.
No, but I thought his name was
It was
Goopy. I was ridiculed. It hurt, Dan.
Apparently.
I've told that 8 million times because it still hurts, and I think if I just say it one more time, it won't hurt.
If you pretend you did it on purpose, it's almost clever.
Right, but I was 9.
I'm just trying to help. Give him a pat
But
on
you
the
know what,
partner.
though? It's like you and probably Stencharuski and Jack, your kid, can't talk yet. But, when your kids say funny things the wrong way, you don't want to correct them because it's kind of funny and cute.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I do that all the time with Dante.
But then guess what? Like me, poor Quiz whatever. Cuisine Art, he's going to look like a fool sometime in his life. Like when we called him. I'm just trying to help others, Dan. Just trying to be
spreading the love.
Just trying to be a better person. Just trying to live above the line.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, well, it's the new me. It's a new summer.
And you accuse me of changing personalities. What?
Well, there's this. The Cuisinarts,
It's like when you go out separate the word art. It's cuisine, as in going out for cuisine.
I know, but now I can't even say it.
Think lean cuisine.
I'm in the real way. Cuisinart.
Cuisinart. He called it Cuisinart, and it's called Cuisinart.
He called it cuisine art.
Right, cuisine art.
2 words. Cuisine, art.
Which I like, by the way. I think they should change their name rather than correct Joe.
See that guy over there?
Yeah.
His wife's out of town.
Oh, yeah.
You want to come sleep over in my treehouse?
No, she's back tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'd like my treehouse. You'd fit in it funny.
I think you love your treehouse.
I do love my treehouse. I so love my treehouse.
Do you just want to talk about it and get it over with?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I just thought it'd be a funny visual of Stench in my treehouse where we're all Bonaducci's of weeble stature can stand erect.
But, do you want to tell us a couple of details?
It's high, isn't it?
And I planted a banana palm in front of it.
No curtains?
Not yet. I haven't done the interior. I ran out of money. So I'm actually, all right, I'll tell you this.
I knew it.
My sister works for this company, Weller Grossman, and they do smaller shows for cable Discovery Channel, and one of them is like the quilting show. They do shows like that, right? So I'm trying to
I love that show, by the way.
Thank you. My sister produces that.
I TiVo it.
Do you
and
really?
Sometimes I like back up the stitching and then
Yeah.
fast forward. Yeah.
They do the ones with pictures in it and
No,
stuff.
of course I don't, but I know.
Oh.
You think I quilt?
No, but I thought you watched the quilting show.
Yeah, that and sit and be fit.
Hey, you made me watch Oprah and Dr. Phil and then didn't even stick through Oprah.
That's a lot different than the quilting show.
That was just an example. I've never seen it either.
Remember Sit and Be Fit? I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so I'm trying to pitch them a show right now called This Old Treehouse.
What?
I'm trying to sell them. It's like This Old House for children. And you read
Like the Robinson brother or Robbins?
It wouldn't always necessarily be a treehouse. It would be like forts. And it would either how to build a fort for your kids real cheap or like a trading spaces. And your neighbor's kids would swap with the neighbor's kids and
Well,
fix
now
up
that
their
second
fort.
part is cute.
You like that?
The second part is cute.
So,
because you
but-
don't know how to build squat.
It wouldn't be. See, it would be for me because I don't know how to build squat.
You wouldn't go and do it
But
either.
the second one, like the trading spaces for kids' forts, either way, if I pitch them this show and they buy it for one of their little cable shows, Then Weller Grossman will pay for the interior of my tree fort as their first episode. So when I ran out of money, that's when I came up with the idea.
Yes, Jack, I see you.
I normally enjoy this. Like when he goes around to big time executives and says, hey, I want to crucify myself. I think that's funny. But you have to stop running around town. Now you're going to tell them you want to do this old tree house.
Yes.
Because normally I think it's funny, but I think this one might put everybody over the edge.
No, this is a fine one. It was the crucify myself one that went bad.
When he told people he was going to crucify himself for extreme people or whatever.
For the cultural history of pain.
Yeah, that's when they all lost him.
Not they all. I saw the reactions of 3 and stopped.
Well, those wacky people at Stone Stanley would probably still talk to you.
Yeah, but they didn't. They didn't hear this one. Showtime heard this one and just looked so appalled. And I wouldn't go to Discovery Channel because they don't have enough money to crucify me. I mean, we could all call it a spiritual journey all we want. I wanted some big ass dough.
You're retarded.
I also wanted to get branded like a Messiah
warrior. You can't
warrior.
even have an option of having big ass dough. Nobody's gonna do it, dumbass.
Well, I thought it'd be interesting.
I have a new show.
Yeah, I want big money for a show that nobody wants.
Oh, they all kind of wanted it. They all went, oh my God, this would be amazing.
They thought you were a nut job.
But then they thought I was a nut job, and that was
you
the
out of their
problem.
office. The new show is this. You go up in your freaking treehouse and your wife actually chains you to the walls, and the reality show is, I'm trying to stop my husband from ruining his career and bitching dumb TV shows, and she only lets you out to go to work and keeps a tracer on you and makes you come right home, chains you back up.
You're fairly close.
I like that one.
You're fairly close to an idea I had.
My husband's a maniac.
Yeah, please medicate him.
Too late.
Doggy downers.
It's like shock therapy.
You missed the boat on that one.
We should have a therapist going, Danny, don't go and talk to big TV executives anymore. How does that make you feel?
Crucify me!
You miss it's a spiritual journey.
Oh,
they just
geez.
didn't understand. All they
And
saw.
I want big money for a show.
Well, I didn't tell them that part. I pitched it as a
Because I'm guessing you
spiritual
didn't
journey.
even get to that part.
No, you could see that the bewilderment and then
Really? Yeah.
and then fear on their
Yeah.
faces rather fast. But people do it. I wasn't gonna do anything that people
do
don't
what?
do. There's this village in the Philippines where every Easter they crucify themselves. A whole tribe of
I've seen that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
All I
seen-
wanted to do was do it.
Yeah.
No,
They've already, and by the way, it's real, and they've already taped it because we've seen it.
Right. So I just wanted to do it.
Well, they follow these guys like running of the bulls. We already, it's
Right, but
it's already done
it's not the-
spiritual event.
It's not the running of the bulls kind of thing.
Yes,
See,
it is. It's
no,
a
the running
huge
of the
spiritual thing.
No, the
where-
running of the bulls.
Well,
A
that's
is
not
not spiritual, and B.
Are we really gonna fight about this?
And
'Cause
B. We're not fighting. I'm just telling you my opinion on it.
No, you're telling me exactly everything you know about it.
No.
Yes.
B.
What- yes.
The running of the bulls.
Or the bills.
Okay. The running of the bulls. You have a chance of not getting hurt. All of these things I wanted to do really hurt bad, but I wanted to show that an American could go on this spiritual journey of things people around the world do.
We'll shoot the pilot, and Jack and I will film and do all of those things to you.
So what he wants to
No,
do
you're
is
missing
go
the
on
point.
all the different spiritual journeys
Right,
that
exactly,
people take, where
right.
they inflict pain upon themselves to show that they love the Lord Jesus Christ. But you're doing it to exploit yourself
No.
and not to show love for
I'm
the
do-
Jesus.
no.
And then they won't let you in their little group. What?
I've often thought when I see people do these big spiritual things, what would happen if a partridge did it?
Yes.
So Danny has this new thing this week, which is he has a tree house.
Well, it's permanent. It's my interest that you may believe. It's only this week. This is I Won Money in Vegas Treehouse. You should see it.
So he has
The
this
sauna is amazing.
tree house. Last week, Memorial Weekend, while all of us were with our family and friends, Danny was alone in the tree house, sleeping in it,
Friday night.
while his wife was at the bottom going, honey, just come in.
No, she didn't want me in. Are you kidding? What the hell would she want me in for?
So now Danny wants to create a tree house special.
A little cable show.
Do you
where,
know-
where
okay.
kids redecorate each other's forts.
Dude, I'm not, like, do you remember a long time ago when the partridge in a pear tree thing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be a partridge in a tree.
Well, I can't help that.
But
Stay out of a tree!
Why would I build a tree house and stay out of it?
Because you'll be a partridge in a, tree.
Yes, but then I had to do it, and now it's elective.
Oh, my God.
Then I needed the $500 in front of a Kmart.
Right.
Now it's elective and it's in my own backyard.
Oh, so you feel like you conquered those people that made you be in that tree?
That and I like to look at it as personally that I beat George Malouf's ass out of a treehouse.
Dude, he's already over the $40,000 dog.
Nuh-uh.
And he's
I
into
know.
a treehouse.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's week to week we go with it. Fascinating
I
events.
disagree because I had stairs built instead of a ladder so my dog can sleep with me.
What is wrong with you?
Almost everything.
What's not wrong with you?
Well, I was thinking my wardrobe, but no.
You've
My
had-
Cerritos
every
Nissan.
day you have wardrobe malfunctions.
My Cerritos Nissan. Everybody comes up to me everywhere I go and goes, nice truck, which I had no idea the truckers reacted like that. It's like I'm in a Ferrari.
What, are you parked under your treehouse?
No. I'm just saying what's not, the thing I can think of off the bat that's not wrong with me is my Cerritos Nissan Supergiant Titan.
Linnea.
Linnea, but that's okay.
Hi, Linnea.
Hi, Linnea.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to say there already is a show. I think it's called like This Whole Treehouse or something, and they have this design team come in and build this whole huge thing.
Well, there's haha that my idea is not new, unfortunately. But
no, it's not.
It also shows that I'm not insane. They're already doing it. You yelled at me like I was
but nobody
retarded.
even really knows the name of it. It's just filler.
Yeah, but it's there.
It's
so
like the quilting show.
how do you pronounce your name again?
Linnea.
Linnea. So you would have to go with me on this when I thought, hey, here's a neat idea that somebody small cable show would do. That therefore I was right and not insane.
It was actually pretty cool. They were making this huge 2-story one when I
look
saw
at
it.
you. Look at you go, Linnea.
See?
Look at you go, being sucked in the Bonaduce's web.
The Bonaduce had a cute idea. Unfortunately, it's already on.
Ay.
It was a good idea, Danny.
Thank you very much.
It's one that was so good, it's already been done.
Right.
But you know what?
I can approve on a good idea.
I know. I was gonna use
The other treehouse, and you wear a dress in it.
I was gonna say.
It's not that interesting. That's what I did Friday. Just, yeah.
There's a lot.
You never know what dress to wear on a treehouse.
There's a lot of bad television.
Yeah, and I would like to create
There's a lot
more
of
of it.
bad ideas.
Hey, when reality TV first came out, I screamed and railed against it because it put real actors out of jobs. Now that's all I'm about. What reality show can I be on next? I want to be Celebrity Mole.
With the Baldwin.
Yes.
Great.
Oh my God, you can play in your treehouse. Invite Corey Feldman over.
I pitched that show. I pitched
Oh,
a show called
Jesus.
Beating Corey Feldman to Death. It can only be done once, and it's starring me.
I think this should be a reality show about what it's like to work with the Bonaduce.
Well, you guys could call it Lucky. Would be the name of the show.
It's kind of like Friends with Busey.
Right, exactly. Well, we have to, we have to have a break every now and
Friends
again.
with Busey.
No, it's Surviving Busey, isn't it? I'm with Busey.
Yeah.
Dude, when I saw that show, I know that you guys think you're slamming me, but when I saw that show, I said, that guy's a punk.
No, we're
He's
not
trying to
slamming
survive
you. We're
me.
being honest.
Yeah. Same thing when it's dealing with me. I thought, Busey's a punk surviving Busey.
I think that all three of us in this room should have cameras on our heads. So they know what it's like to be with the Bonaduce, and then even little Dante at home has to have a little helmet cam.
Oh, to go on his helmet.
Yeah, well, no, I mean he's strapped to him so everybody can see.
All
what it's
I
like.
know is that all this crazy talk stems from me thinking of This Old Treehouse would be a fun little show, and it's already on TV. It's not like it's
Again,
that far out.
there's a lot of bad ideas out there.
Right, and the one I had that makes me look all crazy to you guys is actually already a television show.
Like I said, there's a lot of bad ideas out there.
Apparently talking about This Old Treehouse was one of them.
Here's Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hi. Oh, just talking about my little treehouse tonight on UPN.
Sounds like fun. I was actually calling when, Danny, you were talking about the garden hose.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear? There was a guy in Florida who was boating on a reservoir, and apparently he lost his house keys, and they fell to the bottom of the lake. So he decided that he was going to tie an anchor around his waist and get his keys. So he actually tried to use a garden hose as his little scuba device.
Right.
And he sank to the bottom of the reservoir, and they needed to get him out and take him to the ER.
So he lived?
What's that?
He lived?
I guess so.
He shouldn't have.
Wow. He used a garden hose as his little, so wow. Well, that's that was
This
thinking.
old hose.
Yeah.
Coming up next.
Wow, that's what they'll be calling me in a few years.
Why wait?
I knew that was coming. I already slammed myself.
Dude, you've been beating me up all morning.
I
Let
know,
me
but-
have a turn.
But when I did the slam, already been done. Don't have to put the
didn't do
topping.
it.
I said they'll be calling me that. Here's Brandy. Hi, Brandy.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I was. This is bad. Do you want me to tell you my story?
Well, would you like to focus on what we're talking about? Are you listening to the radio? Because that'll jack you up if you are.
So far, we're hosing and treehousing.
And I still have a
Okay.
few years.
Well, I didn't call about. I didn't call about a treehouse.
Oh,
I was calling
doggone
about
it.
your cuisine or story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is.
Hey, Brandy,
Yeah.
I need to know something. Are you listening to the radio?
Yes.
Okay, you've got to turn it down because it's on a delay. So that way, if you say poopy words, we can push this button and they'll go away. So that's why it's a delay.
Oh.
All right, so turn it off, or otherwise you're going to be all stupid.
Oh, you're going to the treehouse with Dan.
Jamie wishes she had a button that she could push and I'd go away, but I'm right here.
I got my helmet cam on. All right, Brandy, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I
I
just
know.
had a story about the.
Oh my God, we should do that.
Helmet cams?
We should all have helmet cams and broadcast it on the web. Oh my God, we have to.
It'd be funny. First of all, because all of us in everybody's picture would be wearing a helmet cam.
And they could go and push buttons to different.
To decide which other
angle.
three you would like to see wearing helmet cams as
think
we
it-
sit here.
I think it'd be funny. Shut up. There's no bad idea except for when you make them.
There's no bad ideas. You just said so.
All right. So, Brandy, what?
I used to say lifesaver wrong. Or, I mean, not lifesaver. Lightsaber on Star Wars.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know how you're supposed to say lightsaber, right?
Lightsaber. Saver.
So I used to date a guy who had a 5-year-old son, and we were sitting at the kitchen table, and he had one, and he was playing with it, and I was like, oh, that's a kind of a neat lifesaver, and he goes, Blandy, that's lightsaber.
And we laughed. And we
So did
laughed.
you hear about the idea where I'm going to crucify myself? Now I'm going to do it for free.
Brandy, you have got to work on your delivery. First of all, we spent 2 freaking hours with you trying to get you to focus. Number 2, story not that good.
I know. Well, I mean, it was just that I was corrected
No,
by
you
a
can't save
5-year-old.
it. You can't. You
No,
can't.
you really can't.
You
I'm
wasted
sorry.
our time, our effort, our energy, everything.
Go to the tree
And you were
fort.
talking about a treehouse.
She's got a point there.
Yeah? Are we?